So all of a sudden, the biggest threat to national unity isn't Trump, it's not Quebec, but it's coming from Alberta.
We wish to be in charge as Albertans of our own nation.
Why did Alberta separation become such a hot-button issue all of a sudden, and how likely is it to happen? Alberta separating from Canada isn't a new dream for some folks. Western Canada has held grievances against the federal government for decades, from issues around the economy and oil to underrepresentation in Ottawa.
We're starting to see yet another high watermark in terms of Albertans carrying that sentiment, particularly as it relates to the re-election of a fourth Liberal government here.
Here's how one group imagines separation would look. A free Alberta, no regulations from Ottawa, lower Alberta taxes, and no federal taxes. Oil and gas developments surging, and Albertans could still keep their Canadian passports and CPV pensions. That's the pitch, at least. Now let's be clear, most Albertans still aren't buying that dream. According to a recent Angus Reid poll, more than half of Albertans say they would definitely vote to stay in Canada. 19% of them would definitely vote to leave, and another 17% would lean in that direction. And a Nanos poll from this month says that more than 6 in 10 Albertans think that staying in Canada would be best for the province's economy. So right now, a leave referendum would lose. But support has never been so high, and the movement's making waves. An upstart separatist group called the Republican Party of Alberta is going to run candidates in provincial by-elections soon. The Alberta Prosperity Project has planned to gather enough signatures on a petition to force a provincial referendum on leaving Canada. So thanks to Premier Danielle Smith, you only need 177,000 signatures on a ballot, or less than 4% of the population. That comes after the Smith government passed a new law that makes it easier for petitioners to get separation on the ballot, even if the Premier maintains she wants Alberta to stay in Canada.
It's my job to see if we can get a new deal with Ottawa so that I can convince more Albertans to feel the same.
What's this new deal she's talking about? Smith has made several demands of Prime Minister Mark Carney to ease Alberta's frustrations. This includes dropping many energy and climate policies and overhauling the federal transfer system so Alberta gets more money. And she's giving Ottawa 6 months to fulfill her wishes. After the election, Smith and Carney held a phone call to talk about economy, oil and gas. On social media, Smith described the conversation as a positive first step. But later, the Premier said words aren't enough. She wants action from Ottawa. As for the federal Conservative leader, Pierre Poilievre, he's denounced separation, but he also says he understands why Albertans are fed up.
I'm against separation. I'm a born and raised Albertan. I love Canada. Frankly, Albertans have a right to be frustrated.
After losing a seat in Ontario, Poilievre is running in a federal by-election in his home province, in rural Alberta, where separation sentiment is the highest. As you can expect, Alberta independence is getting its share of pushback. Many business groups are worried about investment fleeing the province amid such uncertainty. Then there are potential constitutional challenges and Indigenous treaty rights. First Nations leaders have been adamant about their stance.
This is what we think of you. You're garbage like that. This is treaty land, and we stand on it today.
Who else is calling this a garbage idea? Former Alberta Premier Jason Kenney. Despite all that, it's looking more and more likely that Albertans will get to vote on leaving or staying in Canada next year, or as soon as this fall. Got questions of your own about Alberta separatism? Let us know in the comments.